tell me a good Jimmy G story about why you think he's the man for the future here. So much conversation about the postseason and how much running was done, and obviously how successful that was, and it was done because Jimmy G wasn't as effective throwing it. That was at least a narrative, and certainly the Super Bowl where there was a play that to be made potentially towards the end of the game that was a possible game winner. So his effectiveness is front and center for a lot of conversation. I'd love to give you the floor here.
Yeah, Jimmy's been nothing but unbelievable since the day he got in there. I mean, he worked incredibly hard to learn the entire offense. He was put in a position where he was kind of looked at as like, hey, you're going to be the savior of our franchise right now because, we need you to step in. And, he came in, won 5 games, and then the season that we had last year was an unbelievable ride, and he was a huge part of the reason why we were in the position we were, why we got a first-round bye. He completely won multiple games during that regular season for us just by his own, arm and, the playmaking ability. As far as the playoff games goes, that's just what we felt like going into the games was, we were going to attack those, especially the Packer game. Those guys off the edge. If you just give them the opportunity, we're going to throw the ball 30, 40 times in the game. It's really hard to, kind of hold up the entire course of the game. So we felt the best plan of attack, and it was working. I think it's you go in with a plan of attack and you adjust. Kyle's really good at that. But it was working. We were gaining explosive plays left and right, and so it wasn't a position where we had to control the clock and squeak out 20, 21 points a game. And we were able to score a ton of points, and is what got us to the Super Bowl. And then, in the Super Bowl, I think, Jimmy would like to have some of those plays back. We all would like to have some of those plays back, and that's what happens when you lose a game. Look back finally on it. So I know it's going to be a huge motivating factor for him our off season, and he's going to be really good coming up.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.